Facebook and right underneath this live stream here. You are more than welcome to ask any questions. Betty says she didn't know we were live tonight. We are live, Betty. We're live Wednesday through Sunday, 8 p.m. to midnight. So we'd love to take your questions, style questions, or tips or tricks, or if you've used this and have an experience of your own that you want to share with your fellow Beauty IQs, we'd love that as well. So let's get going, Dale. We have our second tutorial called Flirty Evening Hair coming up right now. All right, Miss Dale. So we have Jill.
We have Jill.
Hey, girls.
And what I'm going to do, Jill's going to work on doing some of her own hair too, but what I wanted to do is start out by showing a few tricks and tips because I did so much running back to the bar and talking earlier, I forgot to narrate while we had Ashley do her hair to show you where she was getting some of that movement in there at the same time. So I'm going to show us a few tricks. When you have longer hair, it's always best to divide and conquer. So if you want to take some of this hair out of your way so that you could just concentrate on where you're working, that's also good to do. Sometimes you can get caught up in the like not knowing where to start or where to move if you're trying to do everything all at one time. So section some of the hair out of your way. What we're going to do back here for Jill's flirty look is we want to take her bob and we want to make it so that it has a lot of movement and we can really open up that stacking back here. So we're going to section the hair out of the way, but we want height and to get the hair to come away from the scalp. If you want that fullness, come underneath the hair. Remember, if you want fullness, under. If you want to collapse, go on top. Because maybe you want to have the hair flip out and be collapsed in the back. Then you would come across the top like this. Hold it for a second, then when you get down, see how you can get that hair to flip out a little bit? That would give you collapsing and then a flip on the end. But if you want height with it, come underneath. If you're going to come underneath, and then don't be afraid to use tension. That's what these bristles were nice and stiff for, was so you could get that tension that you're working with. And then just kind of twist and pull down, and now you're going to get that movement that's going to come away from the scalp at the same time. So back here, we want to create a lot of movement away, so we're going to come underneath. Another tip I like to share with the Draw and Volumizing dryer brush is leave it running. You don't have to turn it off, because what happens is when the hot air goes through, it makes our barrel hot, and the hot barrel now becomes our curling iron. So by keeping it on the whole time, we're allowing that heat to stay on the barrel, so the barrel stays nice and hot. So you don't want to touch the barrel, but you have this nice soft touch piece right here. So you can just wrap the hair around, use your tension, hold on to your soft grip, and just keep working that tension right through the hair to get that height and that movement. See how much fullness we can get underneath there?
Yeah, wow. It really is, it's like it can change your entire haircut.
Absolutely. You can have your nice, like flipped out, casual layer during the day.
Right.
And then for the evening, you could come out and really pump this up.
Now, Dale, are you using this on low heat as well?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
We are on low.
I am totally trying that when I go home. Next time I use mine, I'm gonna try it on low. Because like I said before, if you were watching earlier, I have this at home and I always just automatically put it on high heat because I thought I needed to. And Dale said, you know, at least try it on low. You're gonna be surprised how well you can style using low heat. And I'm always looking for low heat options on my hair as well. So I'm excited to try that.
Absolutely, and by using it on low, you're getting all the air coming through and you're not knocking the hair around too much while you're working on it, so you can see right where you're at and what you're doing. Also, when you blow dry with a conventional dryer and you use too much air, if you blow against that cuticle, you take the shine out of the hair. By having our air coming through the brush and out, we're not roughing up that cuticle at all, so you're able to get that beautiful, look at that movement and that shine you're able to get just simply by blow drying your hair.
Boy, oh boy, that is a lot of volume. It's gorgeous. I can't wait for you to see it, Jill.
So back here on the top, I'm just going to take that whole crown and just put the whole crown on all at one time.
Okay, Dale, this is my favorite part of this tool, is the volume at the crown. And even with my hair being this long, I can get volume at the crown.
Yes.
Okay, so if someone has super thick hair, could they use this as their blow dryer, or realistically, are they going to need to blow dry first and then use this?
What they can do if they have really thick hair and they want, this is 1,000 watts of drying power. So
Right.
This is going to give you that drying power that you need. But maybe you'll want to rough dry first to get some, like towel dry it really good. Maybe put your makeup on, let it start to dry a little bit on its own. Then you can use your volumizing dryer brush on high to just brush through, like how you saw me brush the neckline on Ashley's hair. You could brush through your hair, just keep brushing it. When your hair is about 70% dry, section it off and start going through like we're doing here. I use the volumizing dryer brush on my hair from start to finish. Look at the volume and the crown we're getting. And I'm going to turn this over to you,
You
to
know
play
what?
with now a
I
little
do
bit.
too. I don't blow dry my hair at all. I mean, I just wrap my little turby twist around my hair. Yeah, did you just feel your volume? Okay, I thought that's what just happened. Yeah, I just wrap my turby twist and kind of wring out my hair that way. And then, but that's what I would do when I blow dry regardless. And then I just use this. I don't use a blow dryer. Now let's talk about, we have a mousse that if we're interested in picking up today from Caj, we can. If we were going to use that, how and when would it be appropriate?
Great question. Use it in the hair when it's wet. And what we did, we put it in both our models before we started. Doesn't take much. The beauty of it is that, I knocked the cap off. So let's put that right back on there. The beauty of it is that it's a nice, thick, luxurious foam. And so what happens is it expands in your hand. So you don't use much. That was just a little tiny dot. This is about how much we put into Jill's hair when it was wet. But look how nice that foam stands up. When I work it into my hands get filled with it. Just work it through when it's wet and then go through and style from there. You can use it in dry hair too, on secondary hair, which we'll be seeing in Jessica's hair when we do her later. But see how nice that foam is? But just work it through when it's wet and then go ahead and start to dry.
I love it. Well, everyone's freaking out about the volume. Hey, now can you tell me, does this work on coarse hair? Would it work on African American hair?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Anybody who has hair can use the volumizing dryer brush. The only customer that I would recommend it not for is the customer who doesn't want volume and fullness in their hair. And there's some of us out there that don't want volume and fullness. If that's you, you don't want to use the volumizing dryer brush. But if you want volume and fullness, by all means. What I would do on coarse curly hair is, of course, comb your tangles out first. Once you get your tangles combed out, you can go through and rough dry a little bit on high, maybe holding it on the bottom and running your brush across the top and using tension with that hot barrel to help ease some of that curl out and help smooth that cuticle down. Then it's about 70% dry. Go back and start pumping and bumping your style in.
Now, Jill, may I ask you, have you used this before? You just used it for the first time today? Yeah, okay, so that's what I wanted to ask you. So as a newbie, welcome to the club. I'm just kidding. There's no club here. But I just wanted to know how your experience is thus far.
I took to it so easily that it was kind of surprising. It's super lightweight, and my blow dryer at home is very heavy, so my arms tend to get really tired.
Okay.
So this is great. And I asked Dale about breakage because I noticed that it's not yanking on my hair as much as a regular brush.
Right.
So, I mean, that's awesome for me because I blow dry my hair every single day.
So just in case you couldn't hear any of that, I just want to repeat while you're going that, Jill thought it was a very easy kind of learning, not much of a learning curve there, that it's very, very lightweight. In fact, she said more lightweight than her hair dryer at home. And I would say when you get this home, you're going to think it's shockingly lightweight. I had a question in the chat earlier about how heavy is it, but I think I'd even reword the question and say how light is it? I mean, it's really, really, really light. And she also asked Dale about breakage because she said she didn't feel like the brush was pulling on her hair the way some other brushes do. And I felt the same way. I feel like it's a safe tool, and I will tell you that when I got mine home and I saw kind of how wiry these bristles were, I thought, ooh, I wonder what that's gonna feel like. And I was telling Dale before the show that I was so pleasantly surprised. And what it did is it really allowed me to get it through my hair with ease. Would you say that sounds about right, Dale?
Absolutely, and that's what they were intended for, to give you that tension that you need to be able to get through that hair. You don't want your volumizing dryer brush to just dance across the top of your hair. You want it to really be able to get in there and comb and move and grip while you're working with it. That's what's going to help prevent it from getting tangled in there, was being able to give you the control you need. So yeah, and the first time when we were doing research and development with it, we did a lot of brushes before we came to this one that just worked the right perfect amount of bristle tension, is basically what I'll call it. And back in the back room when we were practicing and Jill was learning how to use it for the first time, I handed it to her. I went off, was training one of the other models. I came back, she had her hair all dried, really full and fluffy, and was like, I can never get my hair to do this at home. So I thought that was really fun.
Oh yeah, it's no joke that the round brush hair dryer situation, it takes some serious learning. Hey, we have a question about the shampoo conditioner that comes with the Steel today. Dale, can you use the shampoo and conditioner on color treated hair?
Oh, absolutely. All of our products are color safe, including the volumizing dryer brush. Everything about our brand is about keeping the moisture in the hair, keeping the color safe, preventing dehydration. If you prevent dehydration, you won't get color fadage. So our shampoo is sulfate free.
Ooh,
the,
nice.
the foam in the shampoo absolutely encapsulates the hair. So while you're shampooing with it, it just opens up and embraces all the hair strands, and it gently bathes that hair. You're not using anything that's very harsh and very caustic on the hair. So it's bathing it, it's moisturizing it, it's detangling it, it's putting the strength back in, all in the means of protecting your color at the same time.
Well, I'm pretty blown away by this price, I have to say, because I know that when I bought this, I did not get the shampoo and conditioner with mine, and I also bought it for more. So apparently, I didn't know Beauty IQ Steel was coming up. So I will tell you guys, this is what you're getting with this. You're getting the foaming shampoo, 6.7 ounces, and the foaming conditioner. These are nice, big, full sizes, okay? This comes with the steel. You don't have to pick it up separately. It's a really great way to jump into the Caj line and to try some of their products outside of the styling tools. With the dryer, you also get 2 clips, which you've been seeing some of the girls clip off their hair and section it off. I think we like to say divide and conquer, right? It's a lot easier if you section off some hair and work in sections. And then we have the actual style dryer here, which will help give you volume, it will polish, it will give you shine, it will give you beautiful movement in your hair. It dries it and styles it at the exact same time, so you don't really have to do that 2-step process anymore. I know for myself, I have a really hard time with the round brush, so if I'm ever gonna try that, first I rough dry and then I go back and style. But with this, I truly only use this as my blow dryer and as my styler at the exact same time. Has 2 heat settings. You've got the low and the high, and this is it. This is the only button that you have to work with, right? Very, very easy. Low, high, and that's that. And you can pick it up and pay for it over the next 4 months. So if you're wondering how to do some shopping with us, you can go to beautyiq.com and shop that way, or there's a phone number right there. You're seeing me hold it here in this awesome pink, and you've been seeing Dale and Jill use it in the blue, and we also have it in a black, if you want to do that as well. So let's take a look at Miss Jill, because boy, that was quick. Yeah, so let's take a look at her before and after. Oh my gosh, that looks so good. Okay, so here's her before, and this is your natural dried hair, right, Jill? Yeah, okay, I'm like, I seen you like this. I know this girl. All right, and then here's her after, and you'll notice that Jill did the front of her hair on her own. Look at that shine, look at that volume. Your cut looks so cute. All right, and then here's the side. Now, I just want to point out before we get to the after, take a look particularly at her crown and at the volume, or should I say lack thereof, in the before. Don't worry, girl, I'm exactly the same way. And then take a look at this va-va-voom volume in the after. That is a huge difference. And I know you felt it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And then let's take a look at the back. I'm kind of obsessed with the back. Okay, so here's Jill's before. Excuse me, and here's her after. Boy, oh boy, look at how it even enhances her highlights and definitely her cut. It's gorgeous. How does it feel?
It feels so lightweight, not heavy at all. It's so soft too.
Now, yeah, the shampoo and the conditioner, right?
Did you use that today as well?
Yes,
Oh, fantastic.
absolutely. All of the models were shampooed with the, except for our after model that we're going to show how to do your hair for second day hair. She just has the foam in it. But what I wanted to do was show you how fast Jill can dry her hair from start to finish, and then we're going to pump it up and show you a few techniques on how to get some fun movement around the front of the hair too. But I think Jill did an amazing job. This was just the second time she's ever used the volumizing dryer brush, and it was all within the last 2 hours. I think we only met like an hour before the show on it too. So when you want to, remember we talked about keeping it on low, and the hot air, when it goes through the volumizing dryer brush, it heats up the barrel. The barrel is actually ceramic coated. When ceramic gets hot, it emits those negative ions and infrared rays that help create polish and shine to the hair too. Then you've got your bristles that are going to help hold the hair in strong in place. So you can use this as your curling rod as you're blow drying too. But now that you're done blow drying, if you want to go in and create some extra movement, you can go in on that dry hair, take and use tension and wrap that hair right around the barrel. Get it nice and tight on there. You don't have to be afraid to. And this is back to that question of wrapping it around the brush and not being afraid of getting it tangled. It's not going to tangle in there. You'd have to work really hard to tangle your hair in it. But I'm holding it on the heat on purpose because I want to get that curling iron motion that I'm going to get with it. Now when I let it out, see that where you're going to get the curl? Ooh. Another trick you can do at home too is get that nice and heated up. say this is second day, right? And we want to